Hello, and welcome to our third Kidstory episode, Live Like a Roman.
Our history quest continues, and in fact we've been on tour searching for interesting things to tell you about. So our next few Kidstory episodes will be about places we visited that have lots of fun historical stuff going on for kids. Today we're talking about what we saw at the Roman Museum in Canterbury. But wait, do you think museums are a bit boring? Well, some are, but this one definitely isn't. There's loads to see and do, but if you still don't believe us, then our able assistant, 10-year-old Felix, might be able to convince you. Speaking of which, welcome back, Felix.
Hello, how are you all today?
Good.
Very well. How are you, Felix?
I'm doing brilliant, thank you.
Are you excited to talk about some Roman things?
Why I am.
So, Felix, what did you like best about the Roman Museum in Canterbury?
Well, it was all very enjoyable, but to be honest, my favourite was this board game. I'm not sure what it's called, but it was exactly like the game checkers that we play nowadays. It had the exact same board, although instead of having black and white counters, it had black and blue counters.
It was fun that you got to touch it and play it and have a go.
Yeah.
I saw that you made a mosaic with your name on it, which looked quite cool.
Yeah.
And they were magnetic tesserae, weren't they?
Yeah, they were basically magnetic tiles.
Mm-hmm.
Small tiles, like pool tiles.
Mm-hmm.
I remember there being black, white, orange and terracotta colour.
There was lots of interactive stuff to do.
Yeah, I wish we could go back there. It was really fun.
We can go back there. That's an achievable dream. When we went, there was a group of school children there on a trip.
Who were very loud.
Well, it's because they were having such fun at the Roman Museum, so that's a
Yeah.
good sign that they were enjoying their day out. But they were making catapults with spoons.
And something else. Can't remember the other thing.
And then there was a separate group forging coins.
Maybe that's what the racket was.
But anyway, just loads to see and do, lots of interactive stuff. And although it's quite small, lots going on.
Yeah, I also really liked the part. It was at the very beginning when you walk down the stairs to go into the actual museum. There was loads of signs and it says all the years going down. It was about the history of Canterbury and what happened over the years. That was really interesting.
That was, because we had to go down to get to the old street level.
To Roman times.
Roman times, yeah.
Roman times. Also, people were really short back in the Roman times.
Really short?
Yeah.
What makes you say that?
Because there was the height of an average woman and a man, and I was actually taller than the average Roman woman.
So you are already taller than the average Roman woman?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
When we were in that hands-on section, Felix, do you remember that there were lots of Roman artefacts, not genuine ones, but replicas of, that we could look at and try out?
Yeah.
Can you remember what any of them were?
I can remember two, the strigil and the wax tablet.
That's lucky. They're the ones we're going to talk about today. So do you know what a strigil is?
I don't know what it is, but I'm going to have a guess on
Okay.
what it is. It looks a bit like a sickle,
Mm-hmm.
so I was going to have a guess and say it was a harvesting tool or something like that.
That's such a good guess, and I'm quite surprised that you know the word sickle, if I'm honest. But it's not a harvesting tool.
And it also does sound like sickle, sort of. Strigil,
That's
sickle.
true.
Yeah, okay, I can see the connection. Yeah, I like it.
Can you remember what it looked like? Could you describe it?
Yeah, it had a handle and then it had sort of a blade, a curved blade.
Made of? Can you remember what it was made of?
I'm going to have a guess and say it was wood, the handle, but the rest I would have said, I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, it was metal, and I think pretty much all of them were metal, weren't they? Usually bronze.
So what was the strigil actually used for, if it is a harvesting tool?
Caroline.
The strigil is a cleaning tool.
Really?
And
Quite vicious for a cleaning tool.
when you had a bath, and imagine you've got a load of oil on your body because the Romans used oil to clean their skin with, you then need to scrape the oil off and then
Isn't
flip.
that a risk of cutting your skin or something?
No, because the blade isn't sharp.
Now, you say after you've had a bath, but there's a bit of debate about this. Scrape then bathe.
Maybe bathe, scrape, bathe.
Yeah, bathe twice, especially if it's a hot day. Shall I tell you the process for using a strigil, Felix?
Yeah.
Okay. First, you put oil on the bit of the body that you want to clean, so maybe your arms or your legs. Then you scrape it off with the strigil, and By doing that, you're not only getting rid of the oil, but you're getting rid of any dirt, any sweat, any dust, even dead skin cells.
I think the Romans must have all looked very rosy and fresh a lot of the time.
It's like they're having constant facials, but just all over their bodies.
Fabulous. Glowing.
So they use the oil a bit like we would use soap.
It would be good if they knew it was much more efficient than oil.
I'm not sure it is more efficient,
Yeah.
but I think the flicking oil around and there's just loads of oily muck on the floor,
Yeah.
other people's skin and dirt.
Were Romans smart at the time
Yeah.
when they were alive? Were they smarter than us nowadays?
Probably, yeah.
You could use all sorts of oil to do your scraping. The common one was olive oil, which we used for cooking, but you could use nut oil, even fish oil, and I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Wow.
I do not like fish oil.
No, me neither. But oil's pretty good for the skin, isn't it? Although it's clingy and
Yeah.
although it stains, it's a really good moisturiser.
Yeah.
It's a really good protector. It's got antioxidants in it, and it can be good for dry and damaged skin and other skin complaints. So it's a sensible thing to use.
I go back to this, I think they just all must have been glowing with fabulous skin.
Yeah. Anyway, Felix, would you like to try out a strigil? Because Caroline has made one.
Really?
Don't say I never do anything for you. What I'm going to do is just put some oil on your arm like this. Okay?
What does that feel like? What does that oil feel like on your
Odd.
arm? Odd.
So what you would do, you pour oil onto yourself and then rub it in. And then here is your strigil. So I want you to scrape it off and then wipe it onto this cloth here.
What does it feel like when you're scraping?
Doesn't feel painful. It's not the most efficient way.
That could be Aunt's craft skills.
Hey! But you were afraid that the blade would be sharp, and it's not,
Yes.
is it?
Does it actually look like this, or is this just your version?
Well, that's my version. I don't have a forge to make my own strigil. I had to fashion one out of a coat hanger.
But it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Well done, Felix. Now, I think from that experiment, what we've realised, we might need a sharper blade than I've fashioned here.
Mm-hmm.
This might be too blunt. Because you're right, Felix, there is quite a lot of oily residue left on your arm. Would you mind telling me how your skin feels now, though? Do you think it feels nice and soft?
Yeah.
Do you feel clean?
Sort of. I still feel a bit of the oil, but cleaner than before.
Ah, well, that's the key thing.
The hairs on your arm are glistening and you look
Ooh.
golden.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Wax tablet next. Felix, do you know what a wax tablet was used for?
Yes, it was used for writing, drawing, exactly the same stuff you would use in a notebook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A wooden frame with wax inside.
Yep.
Yep, and the same on the other side. And they were held together with some leather cord.
So you could close it like a book.
Like a book, like we would today.
Well, although it's exactly like a book, it isn't, because it's not single use only. Books are single uses. Once you've filled them up, you can't use them again. But with the wax tablet, you can use it again. So you could write, draw, do whatever you want in it, and then once you've finished, you can smooth it over with the wax if you want to, and then it'll look exactly how you started with it. If you messed your writing up or your drawing up, you can smooth it over and start again.
So a bit like we'd use a rubber today
Yeah.
to get rid of our mistakes.
But much quicker, and there won't be any rubber
Bits.
So it's kind of better.
Okay, that's a really good summary. I was wondering why they would have two sections that you could close up. Do you have any ideas about that?
No, I'm not sure why.
So one of the reasons you would close your tablets, the two halves, close them, and then you would wrap cord round them, is if you were sending a letter to somebody, you don't want people to read it, so it makes it private.
Okay, yeah. So it's like putting it in an envelope.
Exactly.
I wondered whether it was also a way to protect the wax.
Yes,
So you didn't get bits in it.
Yeah. The wax tablet is also like a rubber and a book, even though it's just the wax tablet. Because, for example, your homework book, you need a homework book, a pencil, and a rubber.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
With the wax tablet, you need whatever you drew or wrote with, I'm not sure. I don't think it was a pencil back in Roman times, was it?
It's called a stylus.
What is it? Is it a pen?
So a stylus was used to write into the wax, normally made of metal or of wood, and it was pointy on one end and then flat on the other end so that you could smooth the wax out with the flat side. Write with the pointy side, smooth with the flat side. And actually, I've been whittling in my garage and I made you a stylus.
Your crafting skills are very advanced.
Wow, you're very welcome.
Okay, so it's like a stick. It's
Yeah.
in the shape of a pencil, pointy end, flat on the other end. It hasn't got any lead or graphite in it. But I like the idea that our pencils of today are mimicking the functionality that the stylus had. You can write in it with the wax and then you can get rid of it with the other end.
So having a rubber at the end.
Yeah, Roman
equivalent.
version of a rubber.
That's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Talking about crafting skills though, Felix, enter your mother.
I have some too. Look what I made yesterday. What do you think it might be, given what we've talked about?
Oh, a wax tablet.
Yes!
Yay!
A fake wax tablet using only a cheap photo frame and some candles, which I melted down in the microwave. But be careful if you choose to do that at home.
So can I try
Do you want to have a
and
go?
write something?
Yeah.
What should I
And we
write?
would like you to tell us how easy it is to write.
Oh, it's good, but there's candle peelings coming off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like this.
So there's residue from the wax.
Now I'm going
Yeah.
to try soothing it over.
Why don't you write your name and then
Yeah,
see
okay.
if you can rub out your name?
I actually think the rubbing out's quite successful, but what is very evident is there's a lot of wax coming off of the
Honestly,
tablet
yeah.
Onto your sofa.
onto my
Yes.
sofa, but also onto your hands, Felix. So it must feel quite different to writing with a pen or pencil.
Yeah.
Have
It
we-
probably won't be like this in an actual wax tablet.
Mhm.
Do you think the wax would be slightly different?
So your approach to rubbing out here was just to scrape away what you'd written, which does work to an
Mhm.
extent. Obviously, at some point you might run out of wax if you carry on with that. Another thing that you could do is somehow warm the flat end of the stylus and then sort of remelt the wax and flatten it down.
Yes.
And that would make the whole thing last a bit longer.
Yeah.
And then you wouldn't get so many scrapings.
Well done, though, Felix. Did you enjoy that? But how do your fingers feel?
Waxy.
Well, I had a really nice time today talking about the things from the Roman Museum.
And you can try out both of those things if you go and visit.
You can. They don't provide oil, but you could probably take your own and have a cheeky go.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah.
All around, the Roman Museum in Canterbury was honestly really fun, and you had loads of cool, really fun activities there that you could do to keep yourself entertained for quite a long time. It's really exciting. It's better than you think.
Mm.
I love that. It's better than you think.
Yeah.
You might think it's really good. It's even better.
Ah, I see. It's all relative. But I think that's a good endorsement, Felix, there from the Roman Museum. And you said that you'd like
Why,
to go
thank
back.
you. Yeah.
And that's a glowing endorsement.
Just like the Romans' glowing skin.
Just like that.
Thank you for joining us today. And Felix?
Bye! See you next time on Sistory History, Kidstory.
If you liked what you heard today, then please do take the time to like, rate, subscribe, and share wherever you download your podcasts. Or why not get in touch with us on our email or our social media?
See you next time. Bye!
Bye.
Bye!